Self-care. I know that everyone has heard of that term before more times than you could possibly think. The term self-care can be defined by the World Health Organization as the ability of an individual to promote and maintain health, to prevent disease, and to cope with illness and disability with or without the support of a healthcare provider. My name is Alexis Green. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. And in today's video, we will be talking about self-care. There are actually various forms of self-care. And in this video, I will be going over a couple of them. And then maybe I will be making a part 2 for the rest of them. It's important to really step back and see what type of self-care you may be needing in order to better fit your needs, in order to make you feel better at the end of the day. So the first one I'd like to talk about is emotional self-care. And emotional self-care are the actions we take to connect with our emotions and process them in a healthy way. Our ability to be able to regulate our emotions and cope with difficult feelings as they arise is really vital to our happiness and our overall quality of life. So some examples of emotional self-care activities would be something like journaling, doing a meditation, utilizing mantras or affirmations, or it could be talking to a therapist or a counselor, mentor. And of course, there are many other things that you can do, but I'm just giving you a couple of activities that you could do in order to help your emotional needs. So that is the first one, emotional self-care. And the next one we're going to talk about is physical self-care. And now, when it comes to physical self-care, I feel like a lot of people will probably already have an idea of what it can be and what it is. And so, essentially, they are any activities you deliberately engage in to enhance your physical well-being. And so, at the end of the day, it really just depends on your lifestyle and what type of physical activity you can fit into your day in order to help you out a little more. And so some examples of physical self-care would be things like taking a nap, getting a massage, of course being active, yoga, swimming, running, walking, any type of movement really. And yeah, so make sure you give yourself some time to think about what types of physical activities make you feel calm and happy and balanced, and try to schedule some time in for them to do it daily. Even taking like a 5-minute stretch right before you start your day. So it doesn't have to be something big. It can be something really small as well. But at the end of the day, it'll still help you out. So the third thing I'd like to talk about is mental self-care. And with mental self-care, it encompasses anything that you do specifically to stimulate your mind and create a healthy psyche. So some examples of mental self-care activities would be something like listening to a podcast, trying a new hobby, going to the museum, reading a book, writing poetry. Mental self-care can also encompass how to manage your thoughts, setting clear boundaries with friends and family, or honestly even recognizing the need to reach out for some professional help. At the end of the day, mental self-care is more so about nurturing and listening to you and your mind. The next type of self-care I'd like to talk about is actually practical self-care. Now, I feel like this type of self-care people probably are most aware of. So, practical self-care can essentially be any actions to fulfill your core needs and reduce stress. Essentially, any of that can be categorized as practical self-care. But this can also go for your everyday, mundane activities in life as well. It doesn't have to be something super exciting. It can be something as small as when you clean your room, when you stick to some type of routine. Just think about how you feel after you do something like making your bed every morning, or cleaning up a space that's been dirty for a while. It's things like that would be categorized under the practical self-care. These forms of self-care may be less exciting than the others I've mentioned, but don't underestimate them. They can be huge sanity lifesavers for people and help make their day better a lot quicker. doesn't always have to be something wild in order to make you feel a little better about your day. And these can create a huge sense of calm and clarity and control in our busy everyday lives. And so, some other examples of practical self care could be organizing your email inbox or tidying up your living space, your room, any place that's been low cluttered lately. It can be small things. You can also use practical self care activities as a way to cultivate healthy habits in your life as well. This can include things like limiting your cell phone use, or maybe committing to a better sleeping schedule, or decluttering your space. And so, those are some of the types of self care that you can use into your life and incorporate them whenever you're feeling a little off. It's like I've mentioned before, it's definitely important to take a step back and observe, what are you feeling? What do you need more of? Maybe it's practical self-care, maybe it's physical, maybe it's spiritual, maybe it can be a wide variety of what your needs may be. And so it's definitely important to take a step back and to simply look and notice and to see exactly what's going on. And so this is potentially just a part 1. I may make part 2 in the future. If you think I should make part 2, make sure you click the thumbs up for me. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment down below to let me know which of these would you try out. Which of these are you implementing into your life? And lastly, if you're new here, make sure you click the subscribe button, because I am here each and every week to give you videos to uplift your mind and help you become the best person that you can be. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye!